hope.
Oh, we are live. So apologies, 1,000 apologies to everybody on. We have had terrible technical difficulties tonight trying to get on. We've been trying since, well, obviously just before 6 to log on. It wouldn't log on. It wouldn't do play ball. The little, what do you call it? Buffering. Buffer. So eventually, finally, we've managed to go on. So hello, good evening to everybody. We apologize for being late. We're 20 minutes late.
Yes, sorry about that. We did try to log on before, and it just wouldn't have it.
No,
it just wouldn't log on.
But we were here now, and that's all that matters. And you guys are there too. I've got a little drink today, actually. So this is going to be my little recommendation. This is I have gone to Starbucks. And we are not. I know we drink a lot of Starbucks. Starbucks, if you're watching, you don't pay us. So
no,
I'm just or anybody.
We're not sponsored by anyone.
This is their Starbucks new oat latte range.
Mm-hmm.
But this flavour is strawberry and vanilla. And I've got to say, you guys may have seen from my live a while back. I did try the honey and something else.
Oh yeah, was
honey and mead, honey and oat, honey and something. This one is delicious. I didn't care for the honey, but this is the strawberry. Minnie, hello.
Hey, Minnie. How are you?
She loves your ears. They're very
pink. Thank you. I'm going to talk about the sad fact that Wizards Unite has ended. I'm actually wearing my Harry Potter t-shirt in honor, and I feel like the ears are very apt, don't you think? Like a wizard's hat.
So that's from Fantasia, isn't it?
It is from Fantasia. It's the 50th anniversary. Not 50th anniversary, sorry, the Fantasia anniversary. I think it was the 90th anniversary for Fantasia. And this is the headband.
Or the Fantasia. Although we seem like really low, and it's Kelly's game. So anyway, that's my quick recommendation. I hadn't quite finished that one, but that is my recommendation. All right. Oat milk, strawberry and vanilla latte. That's the new range there.
And you really like it.
And I really like it. Right. Back to business.
Yes, back to business. So
talk about this game.
Okay, so basically, I've been playing Wizards Unite from the day that it came out. I can't even remember when it was. It 2019 or something like that.
Oh yes, I would say around about that.
It was 2019.
Yeah, I think it was just pre-pandemic you started playing it.
Yeah.
And then so basically, tell them what the game is about.
So there's a calamity that's happened, and memories are being strewn everywhere, and you have to catch all of these foundables. It's almost like
One step back. It's about Harry Potter for those who don't know.
Yes,
if anybody's ever played Pokemon, think Pokemon, but for Harry Potter.
Yes. And so basically, it's almost the closest that I can explain to it is it's almost like a sticker book, and you're collecting all the stickers, and then you start on a basic picture, and then as you progress, as you collect all the sort of pieces, you then progress to bronze, and then you progress to silver, and then you progress to gold. Now you have to find a certain amount of the pieces in order to fill one picture. So you might have to find 10 pieces for one picture. It's a whole picture, but it's almost like it's layered, so you have to find 10 layers for that. But there might be 4 or 5 things in the picture. I can't even show. But I did take some pictures actually. So to give you a good example of what I mean by that.
Now, when I say Pokemon, for anybody who's ever played the Pokemon game, basically you'll have a map. So your phone obviously sends a signal to the satellite. It will track where you are. So it generates a map where you are. As you walk down your road or your park or wherever you're going to be, certain features will appear on the map, which you can either battle, you can either collect, or what's the other one you can do is the I think like those big castles that appear that you can.
Yeah, so basically you get your spell energy.
That's right.
Right. So I don't really know with Pokemon. I think it's, to be able to shoot or to be able to capture whatever it is, you need to collect the energy in order to do that. Now, I've got some pictures here, so basically I didn't manage to fill this one, so that was quite a shame. So you start off with this color before you move on to bronze, And as you can see there, you need to catch 7 Voldemorts, Lord Voldemorts, and I caught 6. Can you imagine? So then once you catch 7 of the Lord Voldemorts, you then have to catch the corresponding cauldron and all of that type of stuff. Now these are slightly different from the normal pictures. These ones you actually have to fight so it'll be like a chain. For the Voldemort one, it was like a chain of 4 foes. So 4 enemies you had to fight. So you'd fight your first one, your second one, your third one, the last one being Lord Voldemort. And so you'd have to fight 4 of those times 7. Do you know what I mean? In order to get 1 Lord Voldemort. And I got 6. Can you imagine? And I didn't get that last one. Oh, gutting.
Have you got any photos of the battles? Because I think it looks quite static from that, but it is actually a very interactive.
I don't have pictures of the battles, but I do have pictures of the normal pages, so which I filled to gold. Okay. So that is a gold page. So you add your basic, your bronze, your silver, and then you would get to your gold. And then as you can see, the amount that you would have to get in order to complete that picture. And so if you think about it, you'd have some, but no, I don't have any where I was actually fighting.
I suppose it's because it's interactive. So
yeah,
the long and the short of it is Kelly's really upset because that game has now ended. So it ended on Monday, last time they could play it.
No, they say, so basically they said it was going to end on January 31st, right? So during Sunday, we were walking together, weren't we? Because I was collecting energy and stuff like that. And because my sole goal was to get to level 60. That was my goal. And I think I was on level 57 or 58 when they had announced it. So I was just trying to, play as much as I could, but I didn't play all day kind of thing. But I would dip in and out of it quite often throughout the day. And I would spend an hour or sometimes an hour and a half and then come out of it, do a few things. A few hours later, I might go on and up for another 45 minutes or something like that. And there were elements that you could use in order to elevate your situation. So you would have to brew potions. You'd have to wait for the potions to finish brewing. You could only brew 4 at a time. Sometimes, there was a potion which doubled your points. So in order for you, because you'd have to get all of these points in order to get to the next level. And I really, really enjoyed, because I played it for so long, it's part of the day, if that makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense. As anybody will know, if anybody is into gaming, if you are playing a set game, it does become part of your day. You just check in, even if you just play it for 5 minutes.
Yeah, so I would, I'd get my game out and I'd play on the way to work, I'd play on the way home. And sometimes I would play in the day, like at lunchtime or something like that. And I would play this game. So it did, and whenever there was tasks, so sometimes they would do these tasks where it was a special thing that you had to complete. So I'll show you one. I didn't take any pictures of it.
Anyway, the long and the short of it is poor Kelly now cannot play this game anymore.
Yes.
So we are looking, or say someone is looking for a replacement game. So for you guys out there, is there any game, particularly Harry Potter related, that you know of that you'd recommend for Kelly to play?
Minnie did recommend a game, which was the puzzles. Spells.
Oh yeah, did you do that one?
Yeah, puzzles and spells. Puzzles and spells. Yes, and I do play it, but the only thing that I don't like about the game is if you don't play the game, you diminish.
Okay.
So that was the only thing. Like with the Wizards Unite, you always stayed where you were. You would just, if you didn't play, you would just stay there. So everybody else would advance, whoever. You advanced or didn't advance as much as you played or didn't play. But the only thing with the puzzles and spells is if you don't play, you then diminish. You sort of, you lose your points.
Okay. Did you find that, Minnie?
Yeah. Minnie's in a team. I'm not in a team.
Oh, that's why.
But Minnie's in a team. I've tried to sort of like see what team I want to. You know what? There was somebody on our little chat. So basically, with the Wizards Unite, when it was ending, somebody started a group chat, and I joined this group chat, and we would all see who wanted what gifts in order for them to progress. So towards the end, Nianatic, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, Nianatic, who worked together with Warner Brothers to create this game. You had to collect these gifts. So every time you went out to collect spell energy at all these different points, you would gain a gift. Now, the gift sometimes was like 1,700 and something points if you had your potion on, your double points potion. So it would be 17, but then when you had your points potion on, it would be like 3,000 and whatever, because it would double the points. But towards the end, I think they became something like 5,000 points or something like that. So you could help other people. So if you got a gift, but you could only open 20 gifts a day. So if you have 20 people on your friends list, you could open a gift from each person.
Oh, okay.
Right. So if 20 people sent you points, like XP points, they were called, or XP, that would help you to be able to gain you to the next. You had to collect so many in order to be able to help you to get you to the next level. And everybody's goal was to get to 60. Because 60 was the last level. There wasn't any more levels other than 60. So once you hit 60, it was okay. Now, a few people, because they were really dedicated players, hit 60 ages ago. Do you know what I mean? Like about a year ago, they would have hit 60. But, you know, it would take me between 2 and 4 weeks to hit each level, because I didn't play it religiously as other people did. I would play it on the way to work, on the way home, at lunchtime, sometimes on the weekend and things like that. So you had people that were really dedicated to it and would go out and play it. Like there's people doing YouTube videos about it and everything. Exactly. It was crazy. So it does surprise me that it did end, to be honest. And it does feel like part of me's gone.
Oh, no.
It feels like, oh, no, like, what am I going to dip into now? But I also think it will probably leave me time for reading and doing other things, putting more energy into other things.
Well, that is it, because I think you do find that as well. I've noticed that as well. So I've been, as you guys know, I've been studying a course whilst I work, and I do notice that now. I've got hardly any time for anything else, which I used to take up my time doing other bits like that. So it does make you realise how much time you do spend on those types of things.
And I think that as well, like with me, I'm quite good because I can work it around certain things. But now I've just signed up to another course. So I'm going to be starting that soon. I'm very excited. I've never done an online course before, like working from home online.
That's my ones I do. It can be, you've got to be really disciplined with it, because you've got to be able to, I mean, it's exactly the same. You've got your headphones on and you're just listening to somebody talking. But you've got to be disciplined to it.
I mean, I think I would have rather me attending a virtual class. That's what I would have rather.
It's that type of thing. I thought it was
no, see, because I think you sometimes attend virtual classes.
Mine are all virtual classes. I didn't realize it was just watch a video.
I don't know if it's just watch a video. But there was a module that I did before where, you know, you watch the video, you answer the questions and all of that type of stuff. Whereas this one,
Carl, hello,
how are you?
And Carl's wearing a do-rag.
Ah, I see. I know many people that wear do-rags actually. But
it's because you've got your hat cut on as well. You'll be like for like.
But I
thank you for joining us, by the way, though. Sorry. So we were just having a quick chat about gaming. Kelly's upset now because one of her favorite games has now gone offline. So we're looking for a replacement. So if you know a replacement game that we can
I
play.
don't know if I'm looking for a replacement quite yet,
Alright.
because I am looking for a
No,
replacement,
that's
but
worth trying.
I'm also now thinking about my course.
Right.
So I think that I would like to course and reading.
Yeah, but then you can't do the both thing, can you? Do you know what? That's the whole thing I find as well. Once you've got if you do get into a game that you get really addicted to, that is really hard to do with attention to anything else. And
Yeah.
that is the thing. I was not that I'm massively into gaming. Well, I am, as you know. But
I was about to say.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but I got really, really into Mortal Kombat. I got so into that when I was playing it as well. And you do find that as well. You find yourself constantly going back to it. So I do get where you're coming from.
Yeah. So I think that I would like to turn my attention to a couple of other things. So, and one of them being my course, which I'm just waiting now for my details to come through for me to actually be able to log on and start the course.
Right.
I have a meeting with a tutor, and then so like an induction. But yours, like I said, yours is more of a virtual class.
Yeah,
which is something I would have liked to have done.
So the virtual classes, I've got to find, if you do them, they are good, because it's very much like being in a classroom.
Yeah.
Except almost like you get your own private one-to-one.
Yeah.
It's weird, because if you are in a classroom, although you've got your lecturer, teacher, whoever, course tutor, talking to you, they are talking to you in the whole, but obviously what they're doing is they're talking to the screen, but you can just see their face. So it feels like you're getting one-to-one, even though you're not. But yeah, I quite enjoyed it. I've got to say, it does work for me.
I think like a virtual class, I think they should do. I feel like with virtual classes, they should be more accessible, and I think that you should. I mean, there was a class that I did last summer, which was free, and it was for several weeks, and I really enjoyed. I enjoyed being in a classroom.
Mm-hmm.
But part of me did feel, because in your back of your mind, of course, you think of COVID and things like that. It's natural.
Yeah.
When you're in a classroom environment, so that is in the back of your mind. I wore my face mask. This was before Omicron variant came.
Right.
So obviously the pandemic was as you guys know who follow us, I had COVID. In 2020.
Mm-hmm. You had it right at the beginning. So
right at the beginning, March 2020. It was crazy. So, and I was very, very sick, like really bedridden, couldn't get up, all of that fluid on the lungs I could hear, and all of that type of stuff. So it was I was very sick. So obviously I'm going to be not a lot more, but having experienced it, it was in the back of my mind, maybe a bit more prominently than say other people maybe. So I feel, I wore my mask and all of this type of stuff. And then, but I would have liked, I would have preferred to have done a virtual class if they had been available.
I was going to say, so over to you guys. Are you studying or working and has COVID revolutionized the way you work? Do you find that? Do you prefer the way things are now in terms of those of you that do work from home or study from home? And do you prefer it that way? I've got to say, I much prefer the virtual classes.
But equally, I think because we're adults as well.
Yeah.
I think it may bode well for us.
Yeah.
But for younger people, I don't know. People like Minnie, I don't know if virtual classes would have.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. I totally understand what you're saying. I've got to say one thing. If I was young, and I'm not, but if I was a lot younger and studying as well, I would definitely miss the interaction with other people.
Yeah.
And also as well, we're lucky in the sense that like we can work like this.
Yeah.
So the view you see is what my work colleagues see when I'm talking to them.
Yeah, they see all the
Malibu,
not the Baileys, sorry.
All at the background. But that's it. I've got to say though, if I was going back to the days when I was a student, sitting in a bedroom with a really small space, I think that would affect me more.
Yeah, and I think that it would. Yeah, I think a lot of people. Even people who aren't, or wasn't, or whatever, students, I think it will affect you mentally. Some people would have preferred it, some people not so much. So I think it's for it, you know, everyone. It's different for everyone, I think. But I think I would have liked virtual classes. I just want to go back to my T-shirt though quickly.
Harry Potter,
purely because it's an homage to the Wizards Unite.
There we
ending.
But we're going to do on a lighter note now.
Yes, we are.
It is time for food review.
Did we get anything new for food review?
I did.
I don't know what you got for food. You didn't get anything new.
Well, I haven't tried it on the live.
No, you haven't tried it on the live.
So guys, so this is my new thing. Oh, Minnie said it's just a thing to get used to, but I personally don't mind. But also, I like going into school just to get out of the house. Yeah, there is that. Now, that's a really, really good point that Minnie says. Getting out of the house.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed when we were in lockdown is there was a stage, especially when the first lockdown, I didn't leave the house for 3 months. Yeah. The first 3 months, believe it or not, I didn't leave the house. I was getting up, showering. I got an exercise bike, very small one, just in the corner of the room there. And then I'd work, then go to bed, and repeat that for the entire time. It's not good. So I do get what you're saying. And into a learning environment, to see friends and to be in a classroom. Totally. Yeah, totally. I feel like when we were in lockdown the first time round, so during the summer and all of that, we did I spent a lot of time in the garden. We had a really, really good summer. Yeah. That summer. So it was easy for me to spend time in the garden. And I was still recovering at that point when the summertime came, because although by that point I could walk up and down the stairs by that point, and I could do short walks then without getting out of breath, because there was a point where I couldn't even walk down the road and I couldn't even walk down the stairs. So then as I recovered, I was convalescing, you know, in the garden and all of this type of stuff, and it was a lot better. And then things just progressed, and then we did a lot more walking and things like that. We went to the park. And all of that type of stuff. So we did do a few things, and then as you can see from our videos, we've progressed even more. These last few weekends you've been quite busy, so we've not done a lot of stuff, but like I said, we have done I have finished the Brighton 1 and 2. We just need to do an ending. We will do that. We will do that. Remind me to do that. Actually, we should do that after we finish
it. I am tempted to just upload part 2 and then wait for part 1, but I think you were thinking maybe not. Of course, he wants to try.
So anyway, so I step in the box. So we decided to treat ourselves to some Starbucks little treats here. This one I've not reviewed before. Kelly has reviewed her one. So I have got myself, he says, and treated myself too. Look at that beauty. That is the cinnamon swirl. Now, it's very much like a Cinnabon, except obviously it's their version of it. Yeah. So it's got, it has icing on the top, has the cake as well, but it's not quite as sticky sweet, I don't think, as a Cinnabon. I don't think there's actually, well, it's cinnamon swirl.
It's a cinnamon swirl.
So I'm going to have to bite.
No, you go. I can really smell the cinnamon.
That is lovely. I've not had that for such a long time. It almost tastes like it's got orange peel in it.
It has got orange peel on top.
I thought so. What I love to do, I don't know if anybody else is the same, but when I eat a cinnamon swirl, I just pick it, so little bits off the top. I don't bite into it like I normally do, like I just did then. I just pick bits off, and I work my way round and round the swirl. Now, call me weird, but that's what I like to do. Minnie said it looks good. Minnie, this is one of my favourites. I don't know when you go to Starbucks if you've got a favourite cake, but this is one of my favourites. And do you know what? It's one of those ones I never, ever, ever get.
No, you don't really. You don't. I mean, when we go to the States, you do get a Cinnabon, but you normally only get one during the entire trip that we're there. You never get like.
There's a reason for that, and the reason is I've eaten so much. I keep saying I keep saying when we go to the States, I'm gonna get cinema. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna get cinema. And then I eat a massive breakfast, as you know, when we're in the hotel. We get to our destination and they'll have a Cinnabon. And Kenny goes, "Get your Cinnabon." I go, "No, I'm full at the moment."
Yeah, I'm full.
And then we'll go out and we'll have something to eat in the evening. And it's the same thing. They go, "Oh, look, there's a Cinnabon there." "No, I've just eaten." So, and in the end, when I am actually hungry, I think a Cinnabon, there isn't one around.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
That's why.
I tend to, it's really, really strange, but we have Auntie Anne's here. And when we first started going to, there wasn't an Auntie Anne's there.
No.
There wasn't. And then all of a sudden there was an Auntie Anne's. Now, as far as I'm concerned, I think Auntie Anne's is American anyway,
Yeah,
I think.
It is.
So it was quite strange for there not to be one there. And then all of a sudden they sprung up, Auntie Anne's. And I really love a pepperoni, what do you call it, pretzel. I really do like a pepperoni pretzel. So I will have the pepperoni pretzel or the mini dogs. And you like the vanilla ones, the vanilla sugar.
What do you have?
The mini dogs.
A
A pepperoni pretzel and the mini dogs.
That's easy for you to say.
So I really do enjoy those, but I really do like Voodoo Donuts. I really do like Voodoo Donuts.
Now, what we're going to do, we're going to tell you the differences between the UK and the American versions of things. Now, Minnie, I'm not sure about the Canadian versions. I don't know if you recall the difference between the Canadian version and the British version of anything.
No, the only one that I may remember, but I didn't taste the American version, is Panda Express. But I remember the first time I tried it when I was in Toronto, I absolutely loved the orange chicken at Panda Express. It was the best. But I didn't try it in. I did try a few orange chickens in the States, but they weren't Panda Express.
That is all that's left. Done. Right.
That's it. That's how fast he eats. But yeah, I didn't try any of the Canadian. I had Canadian food every day, but I don't remember. That's the only commercial one that I remember trying. But I didn't try it. I haven't tried it in the States.
Right then. So let's do the ones we have tried. Can you remember where we eat? Oh yeah. So we'll start off with Tgi Fridays. Now, for me, the menu is much bigger in the States than it is in the UK. Much bigger. There's much more choice. A lot of the dishes, or some of the dishes actually, I remember from the United States, you just don't get in England. So, for example, I was looking on the menu. I thought, "Well, look at this. We don't get this." So the portion sizes are bigger, and I do think it tastes better in the United States. That's just my personal opinion.
Right.
What about you?
I'm slightly different. I feel that the British version tastes better than the American version.
No, I disagree.
But because I really like they call it the Times Square in here, but I don't know what they call it in the States. Basically, it's a tiered platter, and you get stuffed potato skins, and you get chicken wings, and you get fried mozzarella and things like that, and they put sticks of celery in between. I'm assuming to have with sour cream, maybe. And so yeah, so for me, I don't remember having it there because you don't eat meat. And if I was because the stuffed potato skins have got bacon bits in it, then of course you got the chicken wings. The only things really that you would have been able to eat would be the there's a couple of other things on it, but I can't remember what they are. The only things that you'd be able to eat on it would be the mozzarella sticks. So I haven't ordered the Times Square there. I would only order it here if I was with Evelyn.
Okay.
Then I would order the Times Square. But they never used to do sweet potato fries here, but you could get sweet potato fries in TGI's in the States. And they never used to do it.
No.
I don't know if you could get it here now.
Yeah, so to be fair, we have not been to TGI Friday UK version for a long time, pre-pandemic even, so 2019. So we are going, but then to be fair, we haven't been to the American one since about the same time.
Yeah.
So our basis of comparison is pretty much there.
Yeah.
Next one, I'm going to do Cinnabon. I've got to say the portion sizes and the taste is better in the States.
I don't eat Cinnabon.
No, you don't. So that's mine. I have had it in Leicester Square here. And I have, of course, had it when we were in Florida, but I preferred the American version. So that was Cinnabon. McDonald's, go.
God. I mean, the problem is we don't really eat a lot of fast food in the States.
No, so I would say that I did do a fillet of fish.
Did you?
Yeah, at the state. Yeah, it was a while ago. I was in Vegas. A fillet of fish there, and I did a fillet of fish here. And I've got to say, I could not taste the difference at all.
Right.
So for me, again, but lo and behold, the American McDonald's size was much bigger than the British size.
Yeah, and they also have bigger sizes. So
yeah, that's right.
We have small, medium, and large, but in the States they go above that, like extra large and all of that type of stuff. So they do bigger.
Yeah,
sizes.
bigger ranges.
We only have small, medium, and large here. So.
KFC was no, I don't eat KFC, but KFC was exactly the same. Now their portion sizes were so much bigger. The bargain buckets, I correct me if I'm wrong, but I am sure I saw a 24 chicken piece in the United States.
Oh God, probably.
I am sure I saw that. I wish you just would not get in England. You
would
not get that size.
I don't know. Again, I don't eat enough, because the difficulty with this is when I eat KFC here, I would only get enough for 1 or 2 people, because that would last me. I'm not going to eat it all in one sitting. So, and we are not near, wherever we go, we're not near a KFC anyway.
No.
For me to get a KFC, so I couldn't tell you with regards to taste whether it tastes good or bad or whatever. I assume, because I know, like with fried chicken, that's really big in the States, so I can only imagine that the skin might be crispier, maybe. Yeah,
so we didn't try the KFC there, but I'm just going by the size thing.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think what else we had.
I can't think of many things that we've had there that we have had here.
No, so some of the bits that I was the big thing for me, though, I have got to say, although it's the same company, I was shocked at the ice cream in the United States. And what I mean by that is the absolute choice.
Yeah.
Now, we do have choice in the UK. If you ever do come to England, don't think, is that all you got? But I'm thinking of the big name brands. So the big American brands are, for me, Ben & Jerry's and Haagen-Dazs, the big American brands. Now, in England, you can get probably about 7 flavors Haagen-Dazs, I would say. That's what I ever see in the supermarket. You might be able to get a few more online. It might vary depending where you go, but you never see more than that. And it's what I call the boring flavors. So it will be chocolate, Belgian chocolate. It will be macadamia nut. It will be the
No, you don't. You only get macadamia nut in the small.
No,
right. You don't even get
Not to contradict me. So, anyways, you'll get like these plain flavors.
Yeah.
But when I went to the States, I was absolutely shocked. The range is unbelievable.
Just in the corner shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't get exactly. So one of Kelly's favorites was pineapple and coconut.
Yeah.
Which you can't get in the UK. Believe it or not, so Haagen-Dazs's first ever flavor, the first flavor they ever made was coffee. That was how they started it. That was their first ever flavor, was coffee. And they stopped selling it here in the UK. They just don't do it anymore. But again, you get it in the United States. So there are a lot of flavors that you don't get in the UK. Now, it really perplexes me. I'm just curious. I should email them really, or just drop them a line, just ask them why. But the only guess I could make was the fact that Brits just don't eat them, the wide flavors.
Do you know what though? I feel slightly different, because it's the supermarkets that are in charge of ordering whatever flavors. So they will, and whatever the ones that are popular that will sell are the ones that they will order.
Yeah.
So they would be available to the UK, but it's whether the supermarkets, so like I feel like with coffee ice cream, even when you want to get coffee ice cream in other brands, it's not that popular.
No, but you would have thought because it's their big brands, they would sell it. I mean, someone's going to buy it. You just buy it in smaller quantities.
Yeah, someone's gonna buy it. And very true. But supermarkets are there to make money. So if something is not selling, which even like I said, even in other brands, they don't really do a lot of coffee flavors. It's not really. It's very much like rum raisin. Even other brands, there's only one other brand that I know that does rum raisin, right? Carte d'Or, and I don't really like Carte d'Or.
Or supermarket owned.
Even supermarket owned don't really do rum raisin.
Yeah, that's true.
They don't really. It's not a flavor that you come across very often. However, when you go to a specialty ice cream place, they will do rum raisin, or they will do coffee, or they will do some type of those flavors. But unless you go to a specialty place, they don't really. A lot of places don't really stock it. So, but I think in the States, coffee is a really big thing. Like in the UK, it's more tea. Don't get me wrong. A lot of people do drink coffee, but tea is the main.
Well, no, actually, fact, they're saying that now. So British people always used to obviously renown for drinking tea, but that is changing. Younger generations are preferring coffee as they get older.
Right, but then maybe then in the future they will do things like coffee ice cream, but it will be in the future as coffee gets more popular. But from day dot, coffee's always been popular in the States from day one.
Now, one of the big things I did notice, though, the one thing that UK does do that some other countries, not the US, but some other countries don't do, are crisps or chips, depending on where you're from.
Yeah.
Now, what I noticed is when I went to Italy, as well, their crisp range is really small. So they've only got a very, very small selection. Like in the UK, if you go into a supermarket, there are aisles of different crisps and all different flavors, mainly British flavors, but you do get other ones as well. When we went to France, there were a lot of British flavors there. Tyrrells, Walkers, all of these flavors will be in France. Now, I didn't see in British supermarkets, for example, I don't see many French flavored or French style crisps, and you don't see many other European style crisps, but you do get a lot of British flavors, which then go into other supermarkets. But in the States, of course, you've got your massive range of chips, and flavors that you don't get here.
They do tend to do a lot more flavors, but again, they're not, obviously being British, they're not flavors really that I would eat.
No,
except for sour cream. I would eat sour cream.
Yeah, that's true. Go
on. But there aren't really any other flavors in the States that I would eat. But going back to Italy, that's another country that's very, very big on coffee. You would probably, I would be 90% sure, get coffee ice cream there.
Now, the one thing in this country, UK, that we do not have a big selection on is popcorn.
Yeah.
You have a very, very small pot selection. So I'm going to show you something my brother sent me. Thank you if you're watching. Bless you. He lives in the United States, so he actually shipped over some different types of popcorn. Now I've got one left, which I'm going to go get. Because you carry on talking.
Mark ate a load of them. So I'm interested to see which one he's actually going to bring. I absolutely love popcorn. But I'm your traditional sweet. I like sweet popcorn. I'm not really a lover of salt, but more and more I'm enjoying sweet and salt popcorn. I'm really enjoying that more and more. Mark's not such a fan of the sweet and salt.
No, I'm more of the flavors. So I think I've showed you guys these ones before, but this is the pumpkin pie, which you just cannot get in this country. Pumpkin pie flavored.
But pumpkin during the season is really popular there.
It is, but this one is cheesy pizza. So which one am I going to try?
All of these funky flavors. Why do they always? Why is it always cheese? That's what cheese is very big in the States, but I don't understand why. It's
go on for science. Here we go.
There you go.
Oh wow.
They do taste. It is like a pizza flavor.
It's a very artificial pizza
Yeah.
flavour.
Yeah.
Cheesy pizza popcorn.
Yeah. It's very like, I'm quite traditional with popcorn. I don't feel popcorn should be savoury or should taste savoury. And I do feel that with popcorn, it should always taste sweet. So for me, I don't really enjoy the savoury types of popcorn.
So, Minnie, do you have, we've been rabbiting on for a little bit, do you have savoury popcorns in Canada? Would this be the sort of thing you would have? And if it's so, would you buy it? Would you have also with chips? Do you have loads of different flavoured chips? Would you buy those, or is it not something that appeals to you?
I think, do you know what it is? Like here, you will get like cheesy tasting things, you know, like cheese and onion, or you'll get things like What's-Its, which is like, you know, I guess you would call it Cheetos maybe over there, and things like that. But cheese stuff isn't as big as it is in other places.
No.
Right. So very much like coffee. So like you talk about coffee flavored things, and in Italy and in Spain they do a lot of flavored coffee, sweet coffee, ice cream, coffee, you know, because those are big flavors, right?
Yeah.
In those areas of the world. But here cheese isn't as big, so like you'd get cheesy things, so you get like cheesy What's-Its, you get cheese and onion and things like that, but it's not like when you go to the States or something like that, everything is cheese. Everything is cheese. Cheese or butter.
So these, if you're British, these taste like very, very, very cheesy What's-Its. Strong cheesy What's-Its.
I don't know. It has got pizza flavour in it. I don't know if it's oregano in there or something like that, but it is.
I think it's got pizza seasoning in it.
Yeah, pizza seasoning, which would include oregano.
It's got onion and garlic powder in it.
Yeah, you can definitely taste the onion.
And it's got tomato flavouring in it.
You can definitely taste the onion.
Right, now, Minnie said, yes, we do. It's more just salty, but there is a place that sells different flavours. That's in our malls normally. But yeah, for chips, there are different types of flavours, but nowhere near the US probably.
Yeah. I feel like you probably even have more than what the UK has. You get, don't get me wrong, you get loads of flavours, but they're not like outlandish. Like they're the regular flavours that you would get here. They don't change it, they don't switch it up. So like here, you get salt and vinegar, you'll get salted, you'll get plain, you get cheese and onion, salt and vinegar. Those are the regular flavours. They might branch out to sour cream and onion, but that'd be about it.
I've got to say, also as well, if you're American, the best way I can describe, and you probably have had these, but if you haven't, they do taste like very, very cheesy Cheetos. But they do taste like very cheesy What's-Its. If you know what What's-Its are, they taste like that. But imagine What's-Its 10 times cheesier. There's a lot of cheesy flavour in this.
Cheesy flavour is very big. Look, you've got the cheesy candy canes, the cheesy this. I'm sure your brother gave you something else cheesy.
Probably.
Yeah. So I think, yeah.
I look like I'm not enjoying it, but I am, because you can see how much I'm eating.
I don't enjoy it. But in my box, I've got one of my favourites. I think I have tried it on here before, but I'm going to show you what I got. So, you know how we like to order our little Starbucks treats. So I got an almond croissant. Now, what I really want to, I'm not really one to make anything that is with a dough, let alone a croissant. But I really would like to make the almond frangipan, the almond cream that is in it. I don't know what I would have it with, unless I was going to have it with a croissant that I would buy. But I wouldn't. I'm not one for kneading and then putting the cold butter in and then folding it again and putting more cold butter in and folding it again and putting more cold butter in and folding it again, putting cold butter in. I'm not one for that sort of thing. I think it takes real patience and real skill to make a croissant, and I think you really have to love baking. Don't get me wrong, I love baking. I like the simple things. I like to bake a chocolate cake. I like to bake a sponge cake. I like to bake a pineapple upside down cake. I like to do lemon drizzle cake. You know, I don't mind doing the normal cakes. Anything that involves dough, even biscuits, because I've thought about biscuits, making biscuits, but that thing of the, you know, the dough and the kneading and things like that, I'm not so sure if it's something that I can get on board with.
Well, if you check my video for the Star Wars cookies,
yeah, the sugar cookies,
the sand cookies they're called.
Oh yeah, the sand cookies.
They were delicious. I've
Yeah.
got to say they were well worth it. There was a lot of work to them, but they were well worth doing. But anyway, I shall end my review. That's cheesy pizza. My mouth is starting to go solid with the actual cheese. It's just all cheese powder in here.
Yeah,
And when it interacts with your saliva, it does make it, turns it into like a paste.
I don't know about that.
Anyway, I shall let Kelly do her mukbang while she does that. I'm going to wash
It's
my
not
hands.
a mukbang.
That's the other thing. Look at that.
Yeah, it's not nice.
Looks like I've been smoking.
It's not nice. But what are your favorite treats? Do you know what I mean? If you have like a pastry or a cake or even a sweet, like I've got several. Hey Beth, how are you? I hope you're well. Thank you for joining us, by the way. What are your favorite treats? Like I have like, oh yeah, there was something else I wanted to show you. Oh, so I want to try this. So this, you know what? Let me put this. I've tried that before. So
hello, Beth.
So this I'm going to try. I picked this up in the shop, and I just thought, do you know what? I've got to try it. So
sounds like magic. So you put it there, and then I just appears.
Yeah.
Hello, Beth. How are you?
So
so this is a new one from Cadbury's. This is their what's it called again?
This is the mini eggs. Obviously now they're starting to do Easter stuff because Easter is approaching.
Well,
so
not really.
No,
yeah.
I know. But yeah, they're starting to do eggs and stuff like that. So do you want to try these?
Yes, please.
Okay,
I've eaten nothing but junk. Thank you. Now, as you can see, you can see the tiny little flecks of egg in it. Just about. So it's normal Cadbury shell, but that it looks like it's gone off, but it hasn't. That's the flecks of the mini egg.
The flecks of the mini eggs, yeah.
Okay.
So if you see from the side, you can see that there are mini eggs in there.
Look, I didn't get any eggs in mine. I've got the little grooves where they should be. Right. Okay. Here we go.
Okay. It tastes like mini eggs.
Well, it does. I think there's a lot in there.
What, you mean a lot of the shells?
Yeah. I can taste the shells.
Yeah. I like it.
Thumbs up from us. I sense a butt.
I don't tend to eat a lot of Easter eggs. In fact, I don't really eat Easter eggs, to be fair. But I do actually like mini eggs. I never really buy them. Again, I never really buy them. But I do like that. I do like it. I think if I fancied some chocolate, I would definitely eat this. So, one to try.
There we are. Cadbury's mini eggs. It's good. Now, I will say, though, it's a lot because it's chocolate in chocolate. So you can taste the shells of the eggs, which has got a unique taste to it. And obviously, that's encased in the chocolate from the square. My thing would be, I like it, but I would prefer with nuts and fruit in it.
Right. Like, if you see here, you can see what Mark's talking about in the sense that there is... If I can get, you see it's chocolate in chocolate. So you've got the chocolate egg there, and there's chocolate inside the chocolate egg. That's what Mark's talking about. And that doesn't bother me, to be quite honest, because I really love chocolate. So for me, this is definitely one to try. There is another one to try, but it's upstairs. And that is the Florentine Biscuits from Waitrose. Now, if you don't live in the UK, you won't be able to get this. But there is these Florentine biscuits, and they're from the #1 range in Waitrose.
I'm gonna get them because they are that good.
I'm telling you, that is a really good buy. It's like full of almonds. It's got raisins in it, and you can really taste the orange in it. It's so good. I can't big it up enough. I can't rave about it enough. So if you are ever in Waitrose, go to their #1 range in the biscuit aisle. They do a lot of #1s. So the other thing that we had was olives as well from the #1 range. They're massive. They've still got the pips in them, so you have to be careful. They've still got the stones in them, so they're not pitted. But again, those are really delicious as well.
So this is our new find. For those of you that go to Waitrose or know Waitrose, they got this one, which is the milk chocolate orange Florentine. That's what they look like. So they're tiny little biscuits, but they've got, now if you don't like raisins, you probably won't like these or almonds because they do have that, and they have orange peel in them.
Yeah,
but they are amazing.
Yeah,
so,
we've eaten a load of these.
So we've got 2 left. So somebody's gonna have to go and get some more. That somebody probably would be me. Now let me take them out. So I'll let Madam have this one because I'm chocolated out. There you go. So that's what they look like. So they've got the raisins in there. You can see the almonds in there. They've got this really cool chocolate base look. And the smell of orange you can smell from them is fantastic. Can you smell them orange from there?
Yeah.
It's very strong.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
So these are our favourite biscuits at the moment. So if you do get a chance, that's our recommendation.
These are so good.
You can see the little bit in there. Can you see the chocolate base?
You have to move so that they can. Oh, yeah.
Look at that. So if any of you guys have got a recommendation, do let us know. Doesn't matter where it is, we can always look for it because there are many different shops in London. We're very lucky. We sell stuff from all over the world, so we will try and sample your recommendations if we can get hold of it.
I cannot big this one up enough.
It's really, really good.
Go back.
I shall take it.
No.
Oh,
a bite. Not the whole thing.
You can have the last one.
A bite. We ate the whole thing.
It's a bite in my standard.
It's chewy, nutty,
the chewiness,
chocolatey, fruity. Now, I'm not a lover of a lot of Florentines, to be fair. There's not a lot of Florentines. Hotel Chocolat do an actual chocolate Florentine, which is quite nice. That's another one that I can recommend. But those, I have to say, are the best Florentines I've ever tasted.
There you go.
They are so good, so delicious. So if you are there, these are the ones to try.
Now, Minnie, I don't think you have a shop called Waitrose in Canada.
We'll see if I can get it to focus.
No,
there you go.
But that was our recommendation.
#1 range, as you can see there. Waitrose, definitely one to try. Definitely.
But if you ever come to UK, we will get these for you.
But they are so nice. I can't rave about them enough. They're just too nice.
So you guys, what is your favorite recommendation? Is there anything you would say to definitely try that is a favorite? So for us, that is our new thing. That's what we would definitely recommend you try. If you were to come to UK, or if you were in London or living in England, do try and get those as well. We really recommend it. That is our recommendation for the week.
There's also I was telling you about the olives, the giant olives, the jar of olives.
You mean those?
Oh my god, they're there! I forgot they were in the fridge.
So again, they're #1 range. I've just discovered this actually.
Let me see if I can get it to focus.
They are huge, but they are really, really good.
If you lean towards the other way, so yeah.
There we are, getting
Is
it
it?
in
Is
focus.
it? It's not focusing, is
I don't
it?
think it's focusing. It's
No.
not having it. But you can see how big they are. They're
Yeah. Look how giant they are.
like your
It's
eyeball.
crazy. But they do have stones in them. Still, they're not pitted. But these are delicious. I've got to say. The other thing that we found,
Which just happens to be here.
oh my life, this is so delicious.
Now, some people may have not heard of quince. It's actually a fruit, but this is really nice. It's like a relish. Have that on cheese. It is amazing.
Yeah, it's really, really delicious. I cannot recommend it highly enough. They dined on mince and slices of quince, which they ate with a runcible spoon. If you know, it's the owl. That was the Owl and the Pussycat poem. If you know it. But yeah, this is gorgeous.
You've not tried your croissant, your almond croissant.
No, because I had a bit of that, and then I was showing them. I was getting excited, and then I showed them the olives, and I got more excited, and I showed them the spiced quince and pear relish. This is really delicious. I can't recommend this highly enough.
So are you saving your croissant?
Why do you want to
No,
bite of it? Is that why you're talking? Because you.
No, I'm all right actually.
You sure you don't want to bite?
No. You have. If you want to save it.
I can save it for later.
You can save it for later. You want to try it for the review for our viewers?
Well, I can. Okay, so of course, almond croissant. Do you want a piece?
Let me try that bit.
Look at you.
I'll have a little slice. So what I will say though is, look at that. It's really flaky. Look how flaky that is, and you've also got the dusting as well on the top of the croissant.
So I'll show you the inside of mine. Look how aerated that is. That's cray.
Ching ching.
Ching ching.
I've forgotten how good that is.
No, you remember.
There's that almond paste in the middle. It's so good.
It's soft, it's fluffy.
But what's weird is Kelly doesn't like marzipan, but to me, this is just a very strong marzipan.
It really isn't. So good, so good.
I've got to say, at the two, I don't know, I think I would have gone for yours.
Really?
I love the cinnamon swirl, don't get me wrong, I love the cinnamon swirl, but that is really, really good. So guys, if you are going to Starbucks, that's our recommendation. The almond croissant and the cinnamon swirl, but both are good.
Yeah. Cinnamon is more your thing.
Yeah.
I don't mind cinnamon, it's okay. But it really is more your thing.
But I would say, actually, one thing I did notice, a lot of the cakes in Starbucks when we went in the United States are very similar to the UK ones. Or I should say the UK ones are very similar because obviously it's an American company.
Yeah, but they have more of a range.
Oh, yeah, of course. But you'd expect that, though, because it's an American company.
And they do like more speciality ones as well. We don't do speciality ones here for some reason.
So, Minnie, if you're still on, are you a Starbucks fan? Do you regularly go? Or is there another coffee shop that you prefer to go to? Or is it you do avoid coffee? Do you go for bubble tea? Or do you go for something else? Is there another place that you would go to as for drinks?
Which do you prefer? Bubble tea or frappuccino?
A bubble tea.
Really?
Yeah.
Over frappuccino?
Over a frappuccino. Frappuccino is more your thing. I find that for me, I mean, don't get me wrong, I get why you like it, and to me it does taste a bit like coffee ice cream, but that is incredibly sweet. I would struggle to drink the entire thing. I would.
You've never struggled to drink the entire
Well,
thing.
put it this way, you never see me order this.
No, you don't, because you do love your coffee.
Yeah, but last time I had a frappuccino would have been about 3-4 years ago. I haven't had a frappuccino for a long time. No, probably about 2 years ago. I think I did have one. I think it was a strawberries and cream one I did try.
Yeah,
but
no, I think that was even probably last year.
Hey, Alicia, how are you?
Hey, Bunga.
It's called us Bunga. Yeah, so I would, but Alicia is definitely one that likes frappuccinos as well.
She loves the Kinder Bueno milkshake.
No, that's not the frappuccino.
Yeah, if we go for frappuccino, she definitely has the frappuccino.
Yeah.
But to be fair, like my mum would go for a frap. Evelyn likes a frap. Alicia likes a frap. So Alicia's tired.
Oh dear.
Don't get me wrong. I understand completely where you're coming from.
Now, Minnie said, I do like Starbucks, but I don't go all the time. But I do enjoy it when I do go. I also like bubble tea as well, but same, I don't get it often as well, only on occasion. But I like Starbucks a bit more. Okay, that's interesting.
What do you like in Starbucks? What is your go-to drink?
Yeah, what would you order? That's interesting. Would you go for coffee, or would you go for one of the fraps,
or hot chocolate,
or something else? Alicia said, "Oh yes, I do like a frap, but Kinder Bueno is my favorite."
Yeah, Kinder Bueno is her favorite. What is your, even Alicia, like, what is your go-to drink? So if it was a hot drink or a cold drink or whatever, so if you can just choose a drink, what would be your go-to drink? My go-to drink would always be a frappuccino.
Well, I'm quite boring because mine will always be the coffee. Now, I do like the coffee. I do tend to go for lattes if I'm going out. So Costa or Starbucks or any other coffee place, I will go for a oat latte.
Now, frappuccinos are quite high in calories. If I could choose any frap that I wanted, it would be the white mocha frappuccino.
What, more than that?
Yeah, but because it's so high in calories.
Oh, that's what I was going to say.
I will have the caramel. I don't have the white, but the white chocolate mocha all day long.
So Minnie said, I go for the frappuccino, but hot chocolate. If me and my cousins go, especially in the winter around Christmas, then we'll get hot chocolate. Well, that makes sense actually, because you've got that lovely that it does remind you of Christmas, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That warm feeling as well. And also, do you get snickerdoodle in Canada? Because we can't get snickerdoodle here. But I always wonder if you've got snickerdoodle there.
Do you have a specific flavour hot chocolate, or do you just go for the normal hot chocolate? I always like mint hot chocolate. I like mint anything, to be honest. But if they have mint hot chocolate in Starbucks at the time, I will get mint hot chocolate. Because like, if I fancy something hot, normally it'd be a chai latte or it'll be a hot chocolate. And if it's a hot chocolate, like if I go to Pret, it will always be a hot chocolate. And if they have mint there, I'll get mint. Or if they have hazelnut, then I'll get hazelnut. But they don't often have flavored chocolates in Pret, only at Christmas.
So Alicia said, I had a really nice white chocolate from Costa the other day. My go-to drink would be Bueno milkshake, especially if you go for a walk.
Yeah.
Mocha, says Alicia. Nescafe used to do a salted toffee macadamia mocha. Oh,
yeah,
right, okay.
Yeah.
It was amazing, but they discontinued it everywhere. So sad.
Oh, I hate it when they discontinue something.
I know. Oh, so Minnie said, I get the normal one, mint, or one with even white chocolate. But during the winter, definitely a mint hot chocolate. You're like Kelly said, I don't like mint.
I like anything mint.
So Kelly does, but yeah, do you know why, Minnie? I don't know why, but it just reminds me of toothpaste. That's why I can't do mint anything. It just reminds me of brushing your teeth.
No, I love it. I love anything mint. I'm like a little bit like Georgina, and she likes mint matchmakers. I love mint matchmakers. But I don't normally get mint at Christmas. I get mint throughout the year. So I never associate mint with Christmas. But I know a lot of other people do.
Yeah.
Candy canes and all of that type of stuff. But because I eat mint whatever it is throughout the year, or drink mint whatever it is throughout the year, I don't associate it with Christmas. I never really have done, to be quite honest. Never really, yeah.
Fair enough.
I've never really associated it with Christmas.
Oh, and Minnie, that was the other question. Sorry, because I was asking you so many questions. Do you guys get snickerdoodle in Canada? Sorry, I went blank then. No, in Canada. Do you get snickerdoodle in Canada? The flavour as well? Because I know it's big in the United States. And actually, fact, I did have, when I was at Starbucks, when we went to the parks in Florida, a snickerdoodle latte.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I went for a snickerdoodle latte. Very nice too. I did enjoy that.
I don't really care for a lot of Starbucks cakes and things. I will get ones. The best one that they've done so far. I mean, I like pastries, as you can see. Hey, Neha, how are you?
You good?
Hope you're well. I like I like the pastry, obviously the almond croissant. But the thing that they did that actually there's two things that they've done that I really, really do enjoy. Or did enjoy. One was the raspberry and white chocolate blondie. That was amazing. They did that last summer. And the second thing was years ago, they used to do these muffins, and you could get a lemon one and an orange muffin, and they used to have candied orange pieces in the muffin, and then like an orange curd or lemon curd, and they were amazing. And I always used to like the lemon drizzle loaf cake, but then when they switched suppliers, so when Starbucks obviously switched suppliers from the old one, their cakes have never been the same since.
Oh, Nahar's birthday's tomorrow.
Oh, well, happy birthday!
Happy birthday for tomorrow. What are you doing for tomorrow? Actually, it's a shame actually it wasn't the following week because you'd be in half term. What are you going to do? Are you going to have a party? Are you got anything exciting planned? Are you going out? Alicia said, cake. Speaking of cake, when you next baking pineapple upside down cake?
Well, do you know what? I was going to do it, but Mark said he preferred the lemon drizzle cake to the pineapple upside down cake.
So I'm not agreeing.
I was going to do pineapple upside down cake.
Well, make it for Alicia because I've got to be honest. I don't mind pineapple upside down cake, but it's not my favourite. I wouldn't.
No.
If you said to me, I'll make you any cake, I wouldn't pick that.
No. But you like cherry almond.
I love cherry almond. That's one of my favourite ones. I've got to say. I'll have to get you to make me a coffee one.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, and it's somebody else's birthday coming up.
Yes.
So Nahar's is first.
Neha.
That's what I said. Neha is first, which is tomorrow. And then Alicia's is very, very soon. Shall I reveal? Or I was going to reveal it.
Well, it's next week.
It's next week.
Yeah, it's next week. So yes, somebody's birthday is coming up. Is it you're requesting a cake? Is that what it is? Are you requesting a cake?
So if you're requesting a cake,
I'm just gonna push this a bit up because I can.
Are you requesting a cake? Are you both requesting a cake?
Well, I can't make. I can only make one cake because Neha doesn't live anywhere near us. So.
Now, Alicia said, "Wow, I like the cherry almond cake as well, but don't be putting all them raisins and things in."
I never put raisins in a cherry almond cake. There's only cherries and almond in a cherry almond cake.
I think we should have cherries, raisins, walnuts, and mung beans in it. I think that's what you should have in it. No, I'm not requesting. I'm just saying when you bake in next level. Why am I requesting a cake?
Exactly.
Yeah, I was only joking.
I like sultanas and raisins, but I don't like fruit cake. So I'm not a big lover of fruit cake, but when I don't mind sultanas in like a carrot cake. I love a carrot cake, but I know Alicia does not like it. Not that you don't like it, but there's too many things in a carrot cake for your liking.
I know. I thought that's what it meant. So, Naha, if you had the world's best chef cooking for you for your birthday, any cake, what would you order? What would you ask for your birthday? Alicia said, I like sultanas and raisins in my brand cereal, but not in cakes. Actually, same question to you, Minnie, and to Alicia. So the world's best chef, I get hold of the world's best chef, and they said, I will bake you any cake for your birthday. What cake would you guys go for? So you can have any cake you want.
I love carrot cake, by the way, Alicia. I like it.
Yeah. Too much going on in that cake. Yeah, I remember that. So Alicia tried Kelly's carrot cake and she went, oh my God, there's just too much going on. There's too much stuff in
Too much stuff for Alicia in the carrot cake.
Yeah. So what would you guys pick? Now, bear in mind, you've only got the top chef once. Oh, so Alicia's gone red velvet.
Do you know what? There's somebody, who is it? There was somebody that used to love red velvet as well. Can't remember who it was.
Lots of buttercream. or would you have less buttercream?
Cream cheese frosting.
Yeah.
Yeah, she would definitely. Yeah, that's what makes a red velvet cake is the cream cheese.
So now I don't know what I go. So now I do like quite plain cakes like Victoria Sponge, but it'd be too much of an opportunity to get the world's best chef to cook for me. So I would probably go for something a bit more ornate. I would probably ask them to do a very something coffee, because that's my favorite. But I would try like a very light sponge, so something like a genoise or something like that. But I would tell them to do something like that, very light, very moussey, very fluffy. And I would just say, just do me something coffee. That I'll be happy with.
And no meringue.
No, because that's not a cake. I might ask them to put meringue bits on
it.
No, if they were making my dessert, eat a mess all day. That's what I would be saying. I would eat a mess. Or pavlova, one of the two, but probably eat a mess.
Do you mean cream cheese frosting or do you mean buttercream? They're two different things?
Coffee and mung bean cake. Yeah, that's exactly what I want. Just take the coffee out, put the mung beans in.
So are we talking he's going to make dessert?
No, cake.
Oh, so he's making
birthday cake. He or she, we're not. Could be either. But so you've got one of the world's best chefs. That's the thing. Going to make you any cake you want.
It would have to be a gatto, and it'd have to be a Black Forest gatto.
Black Forest gatto. So Alicia's gone for buttercream.
Buttercream on red velvet. That's crazy.
No, I've seen that. I've seen buttercream.
They do it, but that's not traditional. It's not a real red velvet cake if it has buttercream. Just saying.
Alicia said, "Me knows what we're talking about."
Yeah, just saying it's not a real red velvet cake. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, Alicia, it's not real red velvet cake.
It's not real red velvet. It's just cake with buttercream. Just saying.
Oh, you've been channeling. Yeah, but you know what? That's what you'd say.
Yeah. If that's what you prefer, yeah.
The chef and you said, "I don't want frosting. I want
buttercream.
Red velvet cake, please, with buttercream."
Yeah, because when I did a couple of years ago, when I brought a cake to my mum's house, I did it with buttercream. I did it with buttercream. I didn't have any cream cheese at the time, and somebody thought it was cream cheese frosting, and I said no, it's buttercream frosting, because I didn't have any cream cheese. But normally I would put cream cheese.
So yeah, that's what we like. So shush, bunga.
I'm just saying, bunga. It's not a red velvet cake. That's all I'm saying.
But
if you prefer buttercream, you prefer buttercream. Do you know what I mean? That's what I would do. Buttercream is what I would use in a Victoria sponge. I'd use buttercream and I would use jam.
Now you say that, but I don't know if you know that you're not supposed to put buttercream in a Victoria sponge. A Victoria sponge is jam only, not buttercream.
Yeah. Yes, it is. But when you normally go to shops, there's normally cream and jam. But it's supposed to be just jam. Yeah. But I like jam and cream, like you would have on the scone. Cream and jam. Jam and clotted cream.
That actual fact as well, guys. That's a really nice one as well. If you get a chance, M&S do a strawberries and cream, a Victoria sponge. Absolutely amazing. I like cream cheese frosting, but it's not my favorite.
I prefer cream cheese frosting to buttercream.
Well, when we went to the Cheesecake Factory many moons ago, we did have that pineapple one was amazing. So like I said, I don't always go for. I know that sounds a bit weird because I don't like the pineapple upside down cake. Well, I do like it, but not as much. But that pineapple cheesecake was amazing.
Yeah. See, I made pineapple upside down cake, especially for your dad, because I know it's your dad's favorite.
Right now, Minnie's ordered the chef, and she has said I would go for a chocolate cake with a nice buttercream to go with it, and homemade chocolate chip crumble on top. Oh wow, you've really thought of this. And homemade brownie pieces on top too, with writing on it saying "Happy Birthday." God, you thought of everything. Do you know what? That sounds amazing. So you'd have the chocolate cake, you'd have the frosting all around it, buttercream, not frosting, buttercream all the way around it, buttercream in the middle, I'm guessing. And I'm guessing you'd have a couple of layers, not just one. So it wouldn't just be in half, it'd be like a couple of layers. So one layer of sponge, buttercream, one layer of sponge, buttercream, one layer of sponge. Buttercream all the way around it. And then you would have
the crumble
cookies and pieces of brownie.
But when you say crumble cookies, I'm assuming Oreos? Is that right? Is it crushed Oreos you'd have on the top? Or would it be chocolate chip cookies?
Alicia said it's your favourite, your sister-in-law's favourite thing as well. Just saying. Just saying. That's what I would ask for, because I know what they'll do their best to make it special. No, exactly. And I think that's a brilliant idea, actually. That's been a really, really good idea. Yeah, to add on that as well. So you've got a very, very, very subtle hint that somebody likes, oh, I don't know, pineapple upside down cake, and oh, I don't know, their birthday's coming up soon. So it's a little subtle hint there for you to know.
I'll have to think about it. I'll have to think about it.
Now, Minnie, I'm going to ask you a quick question. Have you been back to Minalima recently? Hey, Evelyn, just give me the cake.
Yeah, but if you had a professional chef, what cake would you ask the professional chef to do?
Yes, so that's the thing, Evelyn. So the question we were asking people is, imagine it is your birthday coming up. You have one of the world's best chefs saying they will cook for you. And they will do any cake you want. Anyone you want, you just ask it, they'll make it for you. What would it be? Minnie said, I can just be chocolate chip cookies or full chocolate chips and small brownie pieces, but also homemade, because it would be that much more special.
It would be.
Do you know what? It would. There's something about a homemade cake that really does give it a shine.
Yeah, I agree.
Hey, Alicia said, right, all this cake talk's making me want a donut.
Mark was watching donuts last night. Right, because I think there's specific donuts you were thinking about.
So yeah, I do want to make a donut and do it as a video. Now there's some other bits as well. I wanted to make a Korean corn dog. So for those of you who don't know, is a Korean corn dog. We went to our video, you may have seen it, where we went to Bunsik or Bunshik, I think it's pronounced.
You said Bunshik.
Bunshik. Hey Leash, says Evelyn. So what this is basically on a stick, corn dog. So, but I had the vegetarian one, which is and it was a big wedge of mozzarella cheese surrounded in the corn dog as well. And it's got pieces of potato all in that. It was amazing. Now, believe it or not, even though it's savory, they put sugar, ketchup and mayo on that. And it's absolutely amazing. So I got so into it that I was looking for YouTube videos so I could replicate it in a video. Now there's so many different variations, so I do want to give them a go, some with egg, some without egg. But the main premise of it is you make up a bread dough and you deep fat fry that. So you do your potatoes separately, stick it all together, and then that is your thing. So I will be doing that at some stage, but while I was looking for that, I did see the recipe for donuts. And these donuts are made. They even show you how to make your own chocolate custard and regular custard. Fill that in your donut as well. These donuts are very light, very fluffy. So I want to have a go at those as well. So those will be coming up at some stage.
I love Bunshik. Check out our video. And if you are ever in London or you know a place that does the Bunshik, I highly, highly recommend you try it.
Definitely. Now, if you are in Charing Cross Road in London, it is on there.
Yeah.
Oh, Evelyn's gone for chocolate red velvet cake.
Yeah.
With fresh cream and strawberry. I didn't know you could do chocolate red velvet.
Well, red velvet is a combination. So it's that you have red velvet with cocoa powder, and then you have red velvet with done in a chiffon style, but it's with food coloring or beetroot coloring.
So good. She said it twice. So chocolate red velvet cake with fresh cream and strawberries, and I suppose you're going to have the fresh cream and strawberries in the middle and on the top.
With fresh cream and strawberries,
that would actually be lovely.
But I'm just saying, right? Like I said to Alicia, it's not a real red velvet cake if it's got cream in it. It's meant to have cream cheese frosting.
Kelly,
I'm just saying,
following the rules.
I'm just saying.
Yay! So Alicia said this is what we get on. So you both have plumped for red velvet cake.
Yeah, they both like red velvet cake with cream.
With cream.
No, sorry. Evelyn likes it with cream, and Alicia likes it with buttercream.
Right. Okay. So we've got so far one red velvet cake with buttercream, one red velvet cake with chocolate and strawberries and cream. We've got one chocolate cake with frosting on the outside, chocolate frosting on the outside, cookie pieces and brownie pieces. We've got one Black Forest Gatto and one coffee sponge. I think that is an amazing choice.
Can you imagine on the table, like on a picnic table, all those cakes? It'd be like, that'd be mad. And pineapple upside down cake.
Shut, Kel, as Alicia said.
Shut, Kel.
Shut, Kel.
You shut. Yeah, I think yeah, it would for me would definitely be Black Forest Gatto. I'm just having a little think. Yeah, it would definitely be Black Forest Gatto, not a boozy one. Sometimes when you get one that's got like so much kirsch in it,
Yeah.
it's not that nice. So I would definitely. It's like having when people do like a fruit cake and they've soaked their berries, the sultanas and that in rum, and the cake don't taste nice. So it's not for me. But yeah, I love a Black Forest Gatto, or a fruit gatto. So a gatto of some description would be nice. But yeah.
Oh, Black Forest Gatto, gee.
Chase! Exactly, chase! I love Black Forest Gatto, as you know. So that is what I would go for. What's your mum's favourite cake?
Oh, I don't know, actually. I'd have to ask. I think it was there's changes. Dad will just see whatever's available. But yeah, I think Mum will have a specific one in mind, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, I'm from Jamaica and you know I hate that fruitcake business.
Yeah. Trust me, they do it all in Mauritius and everything else. And every time you went to a wedding, it'd be fruitcake. I hate fruitcake every time, every wedding. And it was a novel if you went to one wedding and it was actually Victoria sponge, and you'd be like, oh, since when? That would be extraordinary if you went to a wedding and it was sponge cake. Then you could really sit down and enjoy it. When it's fruitcake, you just leave it in the corner.
But fruitcake is so dense. Now, I know in the West Country, they do have it with cheese. So you'd have a slice of fruitcake and you have
I
that with
have
cheese.
heard that. I didn't know it was a West Country thing, but
Yeah.
I have heard people have fruitcake with a slice of cheese.
Yeah, have a fruitcake with a slice of cheese. I need to know when I can pop over for these treats this evening.
When are you about? I haven't seen you in so long, actually. It's been so long.
Alicia did smiley emoji, smiley emoji, smiley emoji, or laughy emoji, laughy emoji, laughy emoji.
It's true. I just, yeah, because, yeah, I don't like fruitcake. So it's as simple as that. But gattos, all day long. I love a gatto. I haven't made a gatto. I'm going to think about making a gatto.
Don't forget me, says Alicia.
I'm going to try making a gatto at some point. But yeah, I've never tried making one before.
So Minnie, you was making loads of your cakes. Are you still making your cakes as well? And you were doing your donuts. I remember you used to do those as well. So have you made those recently?
I think I do like baking. I'm not a lover of cooking so much.
Yeah.
I do cook, but I don't. I put love into it, but I think because there's so much prep involved, I feel with cooking that by the time you do it and all that, you don't feel like eating.
No.
But with a cake, when you smell the cake and it's baked and all of that, you feel like, oh, do you know what? I'm going to cut a slice later. You kind of get a bit more excited about it. Whereas I feel like with cooking, I feel by the time I finish cooking and all that, I'm just not that hungry anymore.
Oh yes, for the Mad Hatter's Tea Party. So for those of you not familiar, Kelly was going to do a Mad Hatter's Tea Party, based upon Alice in Wonderland theme. But COVID kicked in, so we never got around to doing it. Minnie said, "Oh gosh, I haven't baked in a long while. I would like to do one of these days. Though I just have to do something fun. But no, I haven't baked anything in a little bit. But I do know you have been busy, of course, because you have had your various your schoolwork and stuff like that to do. So I do get you probably haven't had time to do. Plus, as well, Christmas has come and gone, so that's always a busy time."
Alicia says she's the chef and I'm the baker.
Oh,
which is true. Alicia does a lot of the cooking and I do a lot of the baking. But yeah, I prefer the baking rather than the cooking. I'm not really a lover of the cooking, to be quite honest. But yeah, the baking, I feel like, oh yeah, I can get on and I can do that. And I although there's still a lot of prep involved, it's more about weighing, I suppose.
Yeah.
So weighing out the ingredients and stuff like that. And I always have them to hand. It's not, and they store better. It's not like, oh God, I've got to go and get this, and this because I want to make this, and this. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh.
Even said, I hate fruitcake. There's so many of you guys just don't like fruitcake. You absolutely hate it. I can't bake to save my life, says Eva. I bet you could. No, when I do my cooking videos, and I don't do many, I'm a terrible cook. So that's why I do the videos, to show if I can do it, anybody can do it. So I've had a mixed bag. Not all have come out well. The Back to the Future, back to school pastries were a disaster. But I've got to say the cookies came out quite well.
Yeah, the cookies did.
I was really happy with those.
And you liked the jam that you made that went on top of.
Oh yeah, actually, I forgot about that. The pancakes went all right. I've got to say, all of the supernatural cookbook stuff went really well. So I made Dean's heavenly pancakes and Metatron's waffles, and they came out really well. So Evelyn will know all about the supernatural ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, those I made those, and they came out really well.
I tend to bake cakes. I haven't, like I said, made a gâteau one yet, and I haven't made any cookies yet. I would like to attempt to make the Florentines. I have been thinking about making those Florentines because they are just so nice. So to be able to make them would be really good. To be able to make the Florentines, I would really enjoy that, I think. So yeah. I feel like with baking, it's all about timing and not over whipping the batter. But I've only come to learn that with the more cakes that I do. Because Evelyn, Alicia's saying she can't bake to save her life. But I feel like the more that I bake, the more that I get to know. Like there was one time I was making cakes every other day.
Yeah, well, Astro, so when we first went into lockdown back in March 2020, Kelly was doing a lot of baking, like every other day. I think it took you a while to get into that. You started going into your TV watching, and then you decided to start your baking.
Yeah, I like to switch things up, and I like to do different things. So I was into colouring because, so my cousin mentioned a couple of things to me, like he was doing some colouring, he ordered some books and pens, and I thought, oh, do you know what? That sounds like a good idea. I'll do the same. So then I did that. And then I've always been into baking on and off. So since I was really young, I've always, but when I was a lot younger, I baked things like, your typical sponge cake and things like that. And then I thought, do you know what? I was going to bake I wanted to bake a cake. My mum was doing something, and this was pre-pandemic. I can't remember what. I don't know if it was a memorial for my gran. It might have been a memorial for my gran, I think. And this was pre-pandemic. And I thought, oh, do you know what? I'll bake a cake and I'll bring it. And my cousin said, oh, she's going to bake a cake and she's going to bring it. And I thought, oh no, I'm both going to bake cakes. But people finish them because you're always afraid that your cake's not going to be finished. And I thought, oh God, I'll have to bring a load home. But actually my cake was finished in no problem. Then I baked a couple of cakes for my mum's birthday. So then as time was going on, and I thought, oh, do you know what? Because I baked her I baked two cakes. I baked a Guinness cake, and I also baked a white chocolate lemon drizzle cake. And I baked the chocolate Guinness cake because I know my mum absolutely loves chocolate, really, like extreme. She doesn't keep it in the house because she loves chocolate, so she doesn't keep it in the house. So I thought, oh, do you know what? She loves chocolate, anything, chocolate cake, chocolate this, chocolate. So I baked a Guinness cake. And then because my aunt was going, I knew she wasn't really a lover of chocolate cake. So I baked a lemon drizzle cake. So I brought the two over, and so when they tried it and everything, it turns out my aunt likes the chocolate cake more, and my mum likes the lemon drizzle white chocolate one more.
Well, you could never have too much cake in their house like that. It's not as though someone's going, oh no, don't bring more cake.
You would. Well, I remember for Christmas, and I was just like, oh yeah, let's get this one, and you were like, do you know what? People aren't going to eat it. But did they eat it?
They did.
Tell you they did.
They ate it. I was wrong. They did. They munged that like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, and like I said, when we went to Marks and Spencer's, I'm quite short. Mark's very tall. Mark was in another part of M&S, and I saw this cake, and there was only one left, and I thought, oh, it could be a snowball cake, but let me just get it down. And it turned out to be a Black Forest
Last
gecko.
one.
It was the last one. Yeah, so I I I really do enjoy baking, and then I think I was baking every other
Yeah,
day. I
you
was
were,
baking,
you were.
wasn't I?
I put on a lot of weight during that time. There was a lot of cake in the house.
There was. But then I would call everyone and I would say, oh, do you want to come get some cake? Do you want to come get some cake? And then everyone will pass by and get cake. And then my uncle was like, don't bake any more cake. So then I thought, oh, I better not bake any more cakes, which I didn't for ages. And then I baked a couple of, I think last Christmas, not Christmas just gone, but the Christmas before, Christmas 2020, I baked cakes for everyone. And I just did a doorstep visit. Alicia came with me and I did a doorstep visit and then just gave cake to everyone. That's what I did.
Even so, I used to love baking as a child, but now I just prefer just to eat them. Oh, Alicia's off.
Oh,
have a fantastic day. Thank you for joining us. Take Alicia.
But yeah, I enjoy baking.
Yeah.
I don't like doing it all day. Like when I was doing the Christmas one, I had to do like
Oh
I don't
God,
know how
yeah.
many cupcakes I did. But I had to bake so many cupcakes. And then I was dividing it between different people because obviously there's different amounts of people in each family. So some you could give them a 4-box, some a 6-box, some a 12-box. And so it was just like, oh my God. And so I was just figuring out who's getting what. But yeah, so and I was planning on doing it again this year, but we were so caught up doing other things.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things. Well, I actually thought that was something that Minnie was saying actually when for her Christmas as well. So when you go to like a relative's house and they've done loads of cooking and baking, because I think you were saying, Minnie, your gran was baking, your grandmother. So that's really nice as well when you've got that lovely home cooked food you can go to from a relative.
Yeah, I do like homemade cakes, and I remember I baked a friend of mine, I do like these apricot chocolate cakes, and she absolutely loved. I baked her a box of 12. She shared them with her parents, but she absolutely loved them. Absolutely loved them. I did it as a big cake once, and then split it between several people. And then we went to Wagamama's, and she took a bite. She goes, "Oh my God, Kelly, this is so delicious!" So then I made them as cupcakes, and then I gave them to her, and she shared them with the parents. They really, really love those apricot cupcakes.
There you go.
I don't know what the next set of cupcakes that I'll make.
No, I think it's one of those things, isn't it? Because you change yours.
Yeah, I switched them up because there was one year I did, and I normally, so when I bake a chocolate cake, you normally use dark chocolate. And when I went to make the topping, so you put chocolate topping, you can go back and watch. I've got like a cherry chocolate cupcakes in a video somewhere. So if you have a little search, you can see how I made them. And one year, I didn't have enough milk chocolate, or I made a mistake, and I did, so the topping on the top, I actually put dark chocolate. Now my family doesn't like anything bitter, and
no,
if
they don't.
No, they really hate anything bitter. And if you tasted dark chocolate before, it's very, very bitter. Even if you add milk to it, it's still very bitter. And normally what I do, I make the chocolate cake with dark chocolate, and then the topping on top, I will the frosting on top, I will use milk chocolate. And I forgot, sorry, I didn't forget, I didn't have any, I didn't have much milk chocolate, so I did half milk chocolate, half dark chocolate, but it was still too dark. It was still too bitter. I don't think many people liked it, so I know never to make that mistake again of dark chocolate.
Now, my one thing that I do make, which you guys may or may not like, is banoffee pie. So I know I'm
not a lover of banana,
but I do really, really like it. So for those of you that make banoffee pie, really easy recipe, and you don't really need measurements. Just do it to feel. So get a pack of biscuits or cookies. You want them to be like gingery type cookies. So here we use ginger nuts or hobnobs. Sorry, hobnobs. So no, sorry, forget the ginger bit. It might be a bit too strong. So you want sort of flapjacky type biscuits if you've got them. So here there's a biscuit called hobnob, which I use.
Yeah.
Take them, put them in a processor, and you blend them up till they're crumb. Not too fine, but you want them as a crumb. Put them in a pan, and then put a good sized knob of butter in there. So probably a big chunk about that big. Let that melt in and mix it up, and then add a teaspoon of syrup if you've got it. What would be a syrup substitute if you haven't got syrup? Maple syrup.
Maple syrup.
Maple syrup. Put that in as well, and you mix that in with the base.
Could you do it with treacle?
No,
No.
it's too sticky. And then what you do is you pad that out in your flan dish.
Wow.
Then put that aside to cool. Then put that in the fridge, and that will set slightly. And you can cheat. You get your carnation milk. Now you can get your carnation milk.
Condensed milk.
Condensed milk.
Yeah.
Is you can buy ready toffeefied one already. So if you've got that already, put that on top of the base once it's chilled, and then you slice up bananas, and then you put that in there with it. If you haven't got that, get condensed milk. If you boil it, pierce it 2 ends, boil that for an hour. That will then turn into toffee. So Hinaz, how are you?
Hey Hinaz, hope you're well.
Yeah, how are you doing? She said, "Hi, good evening, Mark and Kelly. Lots of love from Sahinas from India.
Bless you.
I hope you're okay." Yeah, once you let that cool again, put that in the fridge, then get whipped cream on top of that, and that is your banoffee pie.
Would you use custard in a banoffee pie?
No.
Oh, right, so it's just cream.
No, just cream. No custard there. Sahinas, how have you been? What have you been doing? Any cooking tips? We were just talking about cake, actually. And we were talking about your pancake last time.
Last time.
The Arabian orange pancake. So yeah, that was a really good recipe. That was quite nice. So again, I would like to do that a cooking video with using your recipe, if we're allowed, of course.
Well, I think that's what the YouTube is there for, to make the recipes. I feel like like I said, I've always been into baking, and I think that for a lot of people during the pandemic, we've all found, I think, different hobbies that if you work or you go to school and things like that, sometimes you don't have time to do the hobbies that you would like to do.
No, that's true.
And I think that during this lockdown, we've been able to, the ones that were that were in lockdown and things like that, were able to have time to find things that they enjoy doing. Do you know what I mean? Whether that be reading a lot more, whether that be baking, whether that be arts and crafts or anything like that, we were able to find something that we enjoy doing. Like I said, I've always baked cakes, even when I was younger, but I stopped for many years. And I would only bake cakes every now and again, not very often, but every now and again I'd bake a cake. And then one day, like I said, my mum was doing something, and I thought, oh, do you know what? I'll bake a cake, and I baked a cake. And then it's just taken off from there, really. Me sort of like honing my skills a little bit, sort of finding the joy again. Really,
this is it,
and stuff like that.
So wow, so Sahina said, good, today I've uploaded 3 new videos. Wow. 3 hours back. She asked, how are we both?
We are very good, thank you.
We are well. I'm not gonna lie though, I am very tired. I had a very long day today. So yeah, it was but I'm very well, thank you. And how are you? How are things with you? You okay? How is life in India?
Is it starting to get hot there, or is it cold?
Would be winter there for
so what temperature is it where you are? Like how hot or cold is it? I had some thermals on today, because do you know what, I've been getting cold.
So your video is translated into English.
Oh wow, okay, well that's good, isn't it? So we can you can definitely take a look at that.
I will have a look at that actually. I was just looking for my tablet and I've left it over there again. I always do that when we do the live. I always like to have my tablet here in case I need to research, and I always leave it over there.
But yeah, I suppose I should really find a love for cooking. I just feel like with cooking, it just takes so long.
Yeah, I know. It's one of those things. So Hina's talking, because we were just talking about cooking. What got you into cooking? What made you fall in love with cooking? How long have you been cooking for? And because I know, because your channel has been going for a while, not very, very long, but it has been going for a while. But how long were you cooking before you did your channel? So just out of interest with you, and anybody else, how long have they been cooking for?
And what prompted you
Yes.
to decide to do YouTube videos on your cooking? What prompted you?
And Minnie, when are you going to get back into your baking as well? Because I know you said you haven't done it for a while. Not that we're pushing you, but we're just interested in how you're doing.
Or your videos. Like, are you going to be doing any more videos? And when will you be doing your videos?
Because we were interested to see if you've gone back to Melalima or not.
Yes. I'm waiting for them to do the next set of prints for the Harry Potter.
Yes.
Because they've done 1, 2. Did I get 4? 3 prints I got, right? Yeah, 3 prints, I think. So I've got books 1, 2, and 3. So I would like to know when they're going to do the next set of books of prints.
You've only got 1 and 2, haven't you?
Oh no, that's books. I'm talking about the prints.
Oh, the prints.
Prints,
okay.
The prints. And I got 3 drawings, right? 3 premium drawings.
Yes.
For books 1, 2, and 3.
Well, Minnie got the one with the premium drawing with the broomstick.
Right.
That one as well.
Yeah, but I think I got the bus, and I got them on the train.
Yeah.
So I got them on the train, them on the bus, which is number 3, and I think, was it the one with the cake? So that would have been 2. So I got 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, Minnie said, I don't know when I'm going to be baking, but a video is coming soon. No spoilers.
Okay.
But I can say I have filmed because I've had I can say I've filmed because I've had time. So now just doing a bit of editing. So hopefully uploading one soon.
Oh, can't wait.
We will be watching
I'll be watching that.
So hopefully Minnie's video will be coming up soon. For anybody's interested, we'll be definitely looking to watch that. That'll be interesting as well. No, good. I'm glad you kept up with that. That's really good.
Neha, if you are still on, what are you doing for your birthday?
Yes.
Because we didn't ask what you'd be doing for your birthday. So what would you be doing for your birthday?
I don't think she is still on. But if she is still on, yeah, what are you doing for birthday? So yeah, Neha's birthday is tomorrow. Yeah, there we are. And Richard's Adventures, we did wish you a happy birthday a while ago. If you are watching this as well, happy birthday for the other week.
But yeah, I really enjoy these lives. I like talking to you all and seeing what everyone's up to, seeing what everyone's doing. And I really do enjoy keeping up with everyone.
So Hina said, I was compliment hotel management. I joined air hostess for 8 years. Then I left the job for my daughter. Then I started YouTube last 7 months. My husband is a national badminton player. Wow. This is my life and I am enjoying. Oh, wow. You've got really fruitful life. So, wow. So you did hotel management, then air hostess for 8 years. Then you had your daughter. Then you did your YouTube. See, that's really good because you've only been doing it for 7 months.
Yeah.
And your husband's a national badminton player.
Oh, wow. Wow. And how is it living with somebody who is
a national badminton player? So you must be incredibly fit, I've got to say.
Yeah. And he must be playing quite a lot of the time, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
I would have thought so. Well, national, yeah.
He'd be playing a lot of the time. So have you done anything exciting through your husband doing? Like, did you go somewhere that was quite snazzy? Did you attend a game and see, I don't know, famous people? Or do you get to tour? I suppose because if he's national, I'm assuming he goes around the country playing badminton. Like, do you go to different places?
Well, around the world, I would have thought, if it's national.
I thought that's international. It's all around the world, right?
No, I think you would play abroad as well. You would.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, you would do. You would do.
I thought national was just in your country.
No, that's interesting as well. No, I'm really looking forward to Minnie's video as well. So that's going to be really interesting as well. And Sahinaz has got her one coming up. Well, just done 3 already. So 3 hours back to back. Wow, that is a lot.
That's crazy.
And all translated into English.
That's good, because then because sometimes I find it there is one person that I watch, and he does a lot of Spanish dishes, but it's not in English, so I have to try and guess. So when I do the huevos rotos con chorizo, which is one of my favorite dishes, which is like potatoes with onions and chorizo, and you cook it in a certain way, but you know, it's with garlic, it's salt and pepper, but I can't get the measurements or anything, and I don't know what he's saying. But I really like the dish, and I do make it sometimes.
So he says, yeah, every time he's gone all India tour, lots of times the players' lives are really memorable.
Right.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's
I can imagine that, actually, because you get to tour the whole country. So that is
nice.
really good.
I bet it's exciting. And is it a daughter you have? You say 7 months.
You said for 8 years left for her daughter.
Right. Okay. And does she travel around? So do you travel around with him? And does your daughter go with you as well? Because your daughter's young, quite young. Yeah.
So I didn't realise you were an air hostess as well.
So then you would have got to travel to different countries, right? Being an air hostess. And interestingly, what I didn't know about air hostesses and stewards as well was that you don't know each other when you get on the plane.
No, I didn't realise that.
I didn't realise that. I didn't realise that none of you. So you go and do your shift on the plane for wherever it is that you're going, and none of you know each other. That's crazy to me. So I just thought the way I thought it worked was there was a team of you, and that team who you worked with, so whatever branch you trained at, those would be your teammates until somebody decided to leave and come back. So you'd all be working as a team, but going on the same flights. But apparently one stewardess I got chatting to a stewardess for quite a long time before the flight was taking off. And she was saying, no, none of us know each other. You just meet from one flight to the next. Oh, that was crazy.
So Zahina said, no, he is an Indian top mobile company's government of India. Okay. So travel. Wow, but that's amazing though, that your story. That's really interesting. So what got you into cooking, or have you always cooked and it's just something you've wanted to do with your YouTube channel?
Yeah, because that's really interesting how it's all changed. And so your recipes, are they recipes that you've made up yourself, or have they been passed down from your grandmother, your mother, or even your father or grandfather? So, or are they just your own recipes that you made up? Do you know what I mean? So you sit there and you come up with different ideas and different things. You sit down with your pen and pencil and think, all right, I'm going to create this, or I'm going to create that. Do you have like a plan for the week and say, right, I'm going to film this, I'm going to do that, and this is the dish, these are the dishes I want to upload this week or next week, and things like that? I mean, for us, the way that we do things is we have a look around and we think, oh, do you know what, I feel that this might be quite interesting to do, let's film it and see how that goes. And then if you guys, and hopefully you guys like it when we sort of do videos and we go around and we try to experience things and show you what we experience as we go along. So that's how we do our videos. I mean, like I said before, the way that we started was we were going to do holidays.
Yeah.
And that's how we sort of started. And then we did sort of like little bits of reviews in between, but mainly what we were going to do was holidays. And then the pandemic hit.
Yeah, and so we basically tried to do a little bit of everything. So we tried to do restaurant reviews, kind of a little bit. So hence the Mark and Kelly's trips, tips, and things.
Right. Yeah.
Sahina said, no, when I saw any recipe on YouTube, I can do my own styles. Just I'm trying for God. It's really made good and tasty. Yeah. No, and I can see that actually.
Yeah, definitely.
We can see that you put a lot of love into your cooking. So really good to know.
So I think that is going to be. Is it time to sign off now?
I think
Yeah,
so. I think
so.
that's it. So we are going to leave it there. Again, thank you so much for everybody that joined us today. We really love your company, and we really do enjoy spending time talking to you. That's it from Noah, Mark, and Kelly's tips, trips, and things for this week. Or no, this week. For today. We will be back this week on Friday. UK, 6 p.m. And we will try and be 6 p.m. Apologies today. We had all kinds of technical problems, so we didn't log on until about 18 minutes past. So apologies for anybody that was waiting while we were on. We will look to try and resolve that. But that is it. Thank you so much for joining. As always, look after yourselves. Please take care, and remember, you are never too old to have fun. Until our next live, 6 p.m. on Friday. Look after yourself. Minnie said, well, thank you so much for today's chat. Having an amazing rest of your week. Stay safe, and thank you once again. Too. Goodbye.
Thank you for joining us.
And seeing us ask about the weather. The weather is very cold here, said Sahina.
Very windy.
Yeah, windy
really
here too.
Windy.
So I hope it's better for you guys. I hope it's nice, warm and sunny where you are. But it's typical for London at this time of year. Anyway, lovely to talk to you guys. Take care, stay safe, and we will see you hopefully Friday 6 p.m.
Friday 6 p.m.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.